Welcome to the Mount Pleasant Podcast, featuring discussions and interviews about the people, places, and events that make Mount Pleasant such a special place.
This is the Mount Pleasant Podcast. I'm your host, Brian Cleary, and all thanks to the great people of Mount Pleasant Magazine, I get the honor, the privilege of introducing you to Mount Pleasant, the people who make it such a special place to do business, to work, and even to live. We're introducing you to Mount Pleasant's best on the Mount Pleasant Podcast. There are some traditions that we always look forward to, all of us do during the holiday season. Let's go through them in our heads. There's things like lights up at the Mount Pleasant Town Center when Mount Pleasant lights its Christmas tree. Of course, the Mount Pleasant Light Parade that comes every holiday season. And also in downtown Charleston, we always look forward to the show, the Charleston Christmas Special at the Charleston Music Hall. And that's what we'd like to discuss today on the Mount Pleasant Podcast. This is where the pages of Mount Pleasant Magazine come alive. I'm Brian Cleary, joined by the producer, the creator, the man behind the Charleston Christmas Special. Brad Moranz joins us. And Brad, you and your wife, Jennifer, have done this show, I think, 29 years now. What is it that keeps you coming back to do it for one more holiday season?
The landlord. Basically, you have to keep paying the bills. First off, let me correct you. I am not the creator or any of that stuff. I'm the co-creator. I truly do every bit of this with my wife. There's nothing I do by myself. As a matter of fact, we were just in the kitchen rewriting again something else we're going to do in the show. We've rewritten it, I don't know how many times. It's crazy. But to answer your question, the truth is we just love it. And anybody who's ever been to the show, that's the one thing they always say after they see the show is, you guys sure seem like you're having a good time. Well, yes, we are having a good time. We work really hard for 6 months. So for about 2 weeks out of the year, we can goof around in front of a lot of people. That's it.
Well, a Christmas show is a challenge because, one, everybody knows Christmas. We all love it. And things like Christmas music, a new Christmas song they just don't come along because we love the traditional favorites. We love White Christmas and Holly Jolly Christmas. So how is it that you and Jennifer are both able to create a new show every single holiday season?
For all year, all the time, 24/7, we have our ears open to anything that's being done that we've never heard before. A Christmas song that no one's ever done, a version of a Christmas song no one's ever done. But it's really difficult to say, well, I'm going to have a whole show full of new Christmas songs. Well, that would be awful. I mean, it really would be awful because one of the things we really love about this time of year is we all know practically all the words to all these songs. They're so familiar. It's kind of like going to a Garth Brooks concert or a Barry Manilow concert. You just can sing along with everything. And that's a joy. But we do look for new stuff. We've found some new things this year that are just gorgeous. A new song by Andrea Bocelli and his children, actually, called The Greatest Gift. And we happen to have in the show literally 3 singers who can sing like Bocelli. They're just phenomenal singers.
Wow.
And so when we heard that song, we went, my goodness, we can do that because we have the personnel. And that's another thing that is it's a wonderful challenge. It's finding people that are just so special. And the people who come to do the show are literally from everywhere. Some are from here in Charleston because Charleston has some wonderful singers. But, a lot of them are from all over the place, whether it's New York, Pennsylvania, or Las Vegas, or whatever. And they're amazing.
Podcasting has exploded in popularity, especially local podcasts. As of 2022, 62% of Americans have listened to a podcast. 38% have listened in the last month. 26% in the last week. The podcasting audience is booming with no signs of slowing down. Call the podcast hotline to be featured on these podcasts or to receive information about podcast marketing. Call 843-530-0403 or visit carolinapodcasts.com.
You're listening to the Mount Pleasant Podcast.
I'm sure I've forgotten what the original question was by now.
No. You hit all the good points. On track. You hit all the good points. And speaking of partnership and people and stuff, we're talking with Brad Moranz today. The Charleston Christmas Special is a co-creation from him and his wife, Jennifer. It'll be coming up throughout the month of December at the Charleston Music Hall. It is a show that you won't want to miss. But Brad, you and Jennifer have been doing this now 27 years. The key question in all this, 27 years of working with your spouse so closely, and you're still married. How have you pulled that off?
Well, this would have to go back all the way to when we first met. From the moment we met in 1986, when we fell in love, and this is going to sound corny, then I don't care. We fell in love and went, I never want to be without you. Literally never. And we have never been apart, just never, and have no desire to. We love being together and we love working together. We love playing on stage together. Literally, when we get on stage together, it's pretty much like the way we talk off stage. Well, it might be pumped up just a little bit, but we kibitz an awful lot. And that's where the joy is. We just have a good time, So, yeah.
Well, that love and passion comes through. If anybody's seen the show, the Charleston Music Special, you see it on stage, and obviously from what you've put into the show as well. Give us some background, though. You and Jennifer always haven't been in Charleston. You've been kind of in all parts of our nation.
Oh, my goodness. Well, we both lived in New York for a while, but didn't know each other. Jenny was a rockette at Radio City. She was in the Broadway company at 42nd Street. I was doing Little Shop of Horrors in New York and Singing in the Rain. And back in 1986, we both got into the national tour of Singing in the Rain. And that's when we met. And so the rest is we met, fell in love, and strangely quit the business. I mean, we literally quit. And we quit because we were both offered, after that show closed, we were both offered jobs that would take us apart. She was offered South Pacific with Robert Goulet. I was offered Me and My Girl with Tim Curry. And we would have just separated. And we just made the choice at that time in our lives. We were both old enough to go, if you choose to be apart, it's hard to keep your marriage together. It's hard to keep anything together. And we wanted to be together. It was more important than anything to us. So we quit. We moved to LA. We hung out there. I tried to do a little film television thing. That didn't work out too well because I'm not really real good with television and film for first stage. Don't tell any casting agents that, but it's the truth. I have done some. If you've seen me on Matlock or something like that, it's not that I haven't done it. It's just, it's not where my heart is. We eventually moved to Wilmington, North Carolina, opened a dance school together. And that lasted a few years, but suddenly we found ourselves choreographing for the film studio that was there with George Lucas and Dino De Laurentiis. They had the studio there. And then after a little while, we went, we really miss performing. I mean, this is really our life really quick. Then Jenny went, they have shows in Myrtle Beach. Let's take our resumes down to Myrtle Beach. And so we went down there to Calvin Gilmore at the Carolina Opry. And we auditioned. He had hired us that day and said, hey, I don't need you in Myrtle Beach. I'm opening a show in Charleston. Want to go to Charleston? And that's how it happened. And that was in 1995.
It's an amazing story. And we're getting a little in the weeds here, but I have to ask you.
Oh, sorry.
You dropped the name Matlock. So in terms of your television resume, if you had to put one show that you actually ended up being a part of on that resume, which one would be on top?
Well, as not that much as an actor, really. More, we've just been choreographing now for television and stuff. And most recently, Righteous Gemstones. Everybody knows that show because it's shot here. We started doing that about 3 years ago. And every time there's a dance sequence on that thing, they call us, Danny McBride, and they just call us and say, hey, come in and do something crazy with us. So that's mostly.
Well, so at some point, because I know you well enough. I'm going to pick up your phone and just go through your contacts and say, oh, wow, look at Brad's got this number and this number.
Yeah.
That'd be a cool thing.
I don't call any of those people.
Well, that's good. They
you
call
wait for them to call
that's
you.
the position that you want to be in. Brad Moranz is our guest today. This is the Mount Pleasant Podcast with Mount Pleasant Magazine. We're talking about the holiday season. If you've never experienced it, this should be the year that you do. 10 performances, December 14th through the 22nd at the Charleston Music Hall. We're talking about the Charleston Christmas Special that Brad puts together with his wife, Jennifer, every year. So, Brad, let's talk about the show. Tell me something that's really, you can't, of course, give away the whole show, but tell me something that as when I'm coming to the show as a member of the audience that I'm really going to look forward to this year.
Wow. Okay. First off, it's 14 to 23. It closes on the 23rd. There's a Saturday matinee on December 23rd. Let's see. Oh gosh, I'm looking at another computer I have in my room right now, and I'm looking at the lineup of the show, the whole show. And I literally get excited about 30 to 33 songs. Every one of them I look at and I go, oh, I'm going to love that. I can go down the list a little bit. We're opening with Garth Brooks, a Garth Brooks Christmas song, which is fabulous. We're doing a Travis Tritt Christmas song called Love and Time of the Year that Michael Miner is going to do. Michael Miner's a ventriloquist. I have rewritten the lyrics to Be Our Guest from Beauty and the Beast, and Michael is singing He's a Mess from the standpoint of Dasher bad-mouthing Rudolph because he's jealous and wants his job. That's going to be insane. Oh, God, there's so many things.
Well, that's the thing about the show, and maybe you could help describe it so that people get the whole ball of wax here, because there's going to be singing, there's going to be dancing, there's holiday stuff, there's comedy. You've got the whole thing. This is truly entertainment from start to finish.
It is. It is a variety show. Not really seen that much these days anymore. It used to exist in the 1970s where this was sort of a common kind of thing. Except what's different about this is what really makes this kind of special from a purely vocal standpoint, from a singer standpoint. Rarely do you get the opportunity to have 8 amazing singers. A lot of shows are designed to have 1 or 2 that sort of ground a show and then fill it in with ensemble and people of perhaps lesser ability. This is not the case. Everybody is incredible, including the musicians. These musicians are all Charleston. That's the one thing you don't have to go out of town for at all, not in Charleston. Demetrius Doctor is the musical director. Half of these guys play with the Charleston Jazz Orchestra. Actually, our band was our band before the Charles Jazz Orchestra ever existed. They stole our players for them, and which is all good. We all share one another, but the dancers are incredible too. We've got how many dancers? 8 dancers. I don't even know sometimes how all these people fit on the stage. It gets a little crowded.
Well, it's a puzzle that you managed to put together, and you do so with high quality talent. So drop a few names and stuff in terms of, tell me about the local singers, and then tell me about some of the people that you've managed to pull in. Is it from New York this year, Vegas? Where are they coming from?
Yeah, okay, local. Tiffany Parker's been in the show since 2002. Michael Miner, he's the singing ventriloquist. He's local. There's a new singer named Sabrina DeBoer who just moved here. She's been out on cruise ships doing that thing. Tanya Williams is another local singer. She's fabulous. From out of town, we have Matthew Billman, who sings just like Josh Groban. If you closed your eyes, you couldn't tell them apart.
Wow.
Damon McToy, just a glorious tenor. Matthew Shingledecker is new to the show, although he's a Charlestonian. I never met him. Somewhere along the line, our paths never crossed. He went to New York. He did Les Mis. He did Wicked on Broadway. He's done all these things. And I just met him. I was directing a show at the Performing Arts Center called Daniel, and he played the role of Daniel. And I went, Matthew, who are you? Where did you come from? And he said, well, I used to live here. I said, well, we're doing a Christmas show. You want to do this? He said, yeah, I can do it. And I was like, whoa. So I think I named everybody. I'm sure I did. Yeah, that was 8.
It's an impressive list. And now you and Jennifer obviously created the show, wrote the show, you're doing choreographing. When do you find time for you and her to be on stage as well?
Well, we are, frankly, from a purely structural standpoint, our function now at our age is to interrupt all this talent and give the audience time to breathe by looking at something silly and stupid. And that's us. We just get up and goof around to give them a little bit of a breather between all this phenomenal singing and dancing and musicianship and all of that.
Today on the Mount Pleasant Podcast, we're talking about the Charleston Christmas Special that'll be at the Charleston Music Hall. Again, that's coming up December 14th through the 23rd. Lots of performances. And the Charleston Music Hall, Brad, and I think I've told you this before, it's my favorite venue to go to. The acoustics, just everything about it, which, of course, lends itself to making the show even a little better.
Well, that theater was literally designed in 1995 and built for this show. It all came together at the same time. So the theater itself wraps around the show perfectly. And for anyone who's never been in the music hall, what's different about it from any other venue is that every seat in the house, you're really on top of the stage. There's only 900 seats in the entire place. So it's a small venue, and every seat feels great. That's it. It's a fabulous place.
And the show that you've put together with you and Jennifer, this is really, truly a show for the entire family, from child to grandma.
Yes, definitely family friendly. Yeah, we don't know any other way to be.
And this year you've got a special performance that's going to be, am I reading this or hearing this right, that kids will get in free for a special kids performance?
Yes, children 12 and under are free on Wednesday. I believe it's the 20th. It's the Wednesday. Maybe you have that in front of you. But they're free with one paid adult. So it's a buy one, get one type thing.
And that is Wednesday, December 20th will be that performance. So you can bring the kids to that. You can bring the kids to any performance.
Actually, our children's prices it's only $21, even if you pay to come to another performance, if that works out better for you. We haven't raised our prices. We are such bad business people. We have not raised our prices in 10 years. I swear, 10 years, it's like, COVID happened? Oh, you should be doubling your price. Well, we didn't get the memo. So, it's okay.
It's a good memo not to get because, you're stretching your dollar so far. The entertainment value that comes with the Charleston Christmas Special is really, really a positive point of this, because as we see concert ticket prices and movie ticket prices going up, the fact that you've been able to keep them down low makes this show even better. Now, if I want to get my hand on some tickets, Brad, what do I need to do?
You can do it a few dozen ways. You can go to the Charleston Music Hall box office in person. They're only open on Thursday and Friday from 10 to 3. You can call them anytime. That number, I'm sure you'll have there. I could say it, but everybody will forget it. You can go online to Ticketmaster.com, CharlestonMusicHall.com, or even BradandJenniferMoranz.com, or CharlestonChristmasSpecial.com. Now, here's one thing you want to be really careful of. For all those people that are not savvy to all of the scams that exist online with buying tickets, like what happened with Taylor Swift and all that stuff, it happens to us. There are people out there that are reselling our tickets, and they're charging $200 and all these crazy prices. You have to be very careful that you're only going to Ticketmaster. Any other website of ours, my website, or the music hall, will steer you to Ticketmaster. But if it takes you to any other thing that's not Ticketmaster, it's not real.
And Brad mentioned going to the box office there at the Charleston Music Hall. Keep in mind, if you go and buy your tickets in person, you'll save a little bit on service charges.
Yep.
But whatever show it is that's going to fit your schedule the best, make sure that's the one you attend. Now, Brad, so obviously this time of year, crazy for you. And then the 14th through the 23rd, all those shows. On December 24th, you and Jennifer are at your house. You're able to breathe. You're relaxing again. What's your house look like? Is it this amazing Christmas palace, or is it just nothing? You haven't even put a tree up because you haven't had time because you're working on the show.
It's somewhere in between. Okay. It's generally a complete mess because everything that was on stage is in our house.
Okay.
So the house is a total disaster. Now add to that, we got a puppy. The puppy's now 4 months old. So all we do all day is try to keep her from eating the costumes, eating the decorations. And once we put the Christmas tree up, it's going to be, don't eat the Christmas tree. So yeah, our house will be sort of pandemonium.
So between you and Jennifer on the Christmas scale, who's the, turn it up to 11? Or is she the turn it up to 11 and you're the 10? Or are you both up to 11? We'll share some Christmas magic here.
Oh, you know what? We are, the reason we've been together so long, and it is 35 years, and the reason we still enjoy everything we do is because we are in the same place in our heads and in our hearts. So nobody's more of anything. We both truly love what we do. And we love listening. We just put Christmas music on all the time, so we're crazy. I know. I can't explain it.
Well, it truly is the most wonderful time of the year. And it's a time for you to experience the joy of the holiday season at the Charleston Music Hall. Brad, you've been doing this since 1995. You'll be back again next year, I'm positive. It just seems like such a labor of love that you're just never going to stop.
No intention of ever stopping. No, I can't imagine a scenario. I can't imagine why I would stop. I'm blessed with sort of a lot of energy. I say blessed, Jenny say cursed. Here's a place where we perhaps disagree, but
And people really need to understand and hopefully experience the level of talent that you bring to the show really is unmatched here in Charleston.
It really is. I don't know any other way to say that. And that's not a bragging type thing. It's just, if you put a bunch of talented people together, well, for one thing, it makes our lives so much easier. If you just have a stage full of really talented people, we don't have to work that hard. Now, that the truth is, we work very hard to make sure that everyone is doing what they do best. So if you have great people doing what they do best, it's phenomenal. It's just phenomenal.
And going by how the show has gone in the past, there's 10 performances. If somebody's thinking, I can wait to get my tickets. Yeah, that can be the case. But a lot of these shows end up selling out. So it's good to get your tickets early on.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't wait. You're right. And particularly matinees. But what generally happens is the word of mouth thing happens, and you might be easier to get a ticket on the first 2 or 3 shows. But then once it starts going, it's anybody's guess what's going to happen.
It's a show that you won't want to miss out on this holiday season, the Charleston Christmas Special. One other thing, Brad, you have any time to actually find time to get Jennifer a nice gift?
Who? I'm kidding.
Oh.
Okay.
Enough said.
Oh, no. Oh, you're absolutely right. Because we're together all the time, shopping for one another, that's a real challenge. It really is. So I'm still working on that.
All right. So get your
tickets. Any
ideas?
Again. I'm all ears.
I'm with you there. Absolutely. Get your tickets today. And again, Brad, for people who want to go to get tickets, best place for them to go, run through those again for us real quick.
Okay. What I would do to save money on ticketing fees, because Ticketmaster is expensive. Mm-hmm. However, we have negotiated with them to get a lower ticketing fee if they use the box office instead of going directly online. If you don't mind, just give them a call. Now, you may not get them, but they will call you back at 853-2252. If that doesn't work and you want to go down there, you can go down there. But use the box office. If you absolutely want to, you can even contact me. I have people call me. We have a lot of seniors who come to the show, and frankly, they're still not terribly comfortable with computers and things, and so they just call me, and I go, that's fine, So. And my number is easy to find. I'm all over the place. Try the post office first. I got a
That's right. Nice profile shot there.
Yes.
So we've got those numbers and the website and everything scrolling across the screen for you. We just appreciate you taking the time. This is the way to truly get the holiday spirit, capture a little of that holiday magic. The Charleston Christmas Special at the Charleston Music Hall, December 14th through the 23rd. Brad and Jennifer, Brad, you can guarantee us a Christmassy time, right?
Absolutely. And when I say guarantee, I mean it. If you're not happy, we'll give your money back. It doesn't. I'm so confident about that. It doesn't matter.
It is an amazing show, the Charleston Christmas Special. Don't miss out on it this holiday season. Brad Moranz, our guest today, and thank you for joining me. This is where the pages of Mount Pleasant Magazine come alive, even during the holiday season. The Mount Pleasant Podcast. I'm Brian Cleary. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for spending your time with the Mount Pleasant Podcast. Your community, your podcast. Listen to past and future episodes at mountpleasantpodcast.com.